What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez. I am back with another NBA player prop video for you. Today, Saturday, June, yeah, I almost said January, then I thought June 3rd, 2023. We're talking game 2 of the NBA Finals. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. We'll kick things off with a recap from our plays on Thursday and then spend a few seconds going over our promotion, our partnership with Thrive Fantasy, and then we'll dive into the Prizepicks board because I have 3 plays that I want to share with you today. So if all that sounds good to you, I encourage you to stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, and click that notification icon. Go ahead and get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let us jump into those plays from Thursday. All right, 1 and 2 on the day. Let's talk about it, starting with Caleb Martin. The old flavor of the week. Looks like his run is coming to an end, or at least slowing down. Did not go over any of his first half props. Did not go over any of his full game props from what I remember. Just didn't get it done. Just did not get it done for us, and we move on. KCP took the over, 11.5 points and assists. Another prop that just did not hit for us. His shot wasn't falling, and KCP can heat up in a hurry. He can easily hit any of those props with just points alone. Unfortunately, game 1 was not the game for it to be done. Did take the over on Michael Porter Jr. rebounds and assists, and that worked out for us. So 1 and 2 on the day. We look to bounce back and move forward with new props that will hopefully bring us more success in game 1. Before we jump into those props, let's spend a few seconds going over our promotion, our partnership with Thrive Fantasy. All right, Thrive Fantasy, here's what you need to know. 100% deposit match up to $250, all for using promo code Chavez. You can also use that link that you see on the screen. Make sure your first deposit is $25 or more. Enjoy the double up in your funds for sure. Enjoy also a very friendly payout structure. More money, more bucks for you when you hit your slips. And in addition to that, as a new user for using promo code Chavez, you'll receive a free square. Tomorrow's free square, Sunday's free square is Jimmy Butler, 0.5 points. I think you take the over on that one. Do what I did, pair it up with one other play, guarantee, almost damn near guarantee 3.2x your entry amount on your first slip over on Thrive, or you can pair that up with you can team that up with 4 other plays and go for that 20.2x, a perfect 5-pick slip. Enjoy all the perks, all the good things by using promo code Chavez, only over on Thrive Fantasy. All right, here we are over on Prizepicks. Now, here are a few plays that I like for game 2. We're not going to go over all these plays, but I will share with you 3 of my favorite plays for game 2. Now, I understand that you can't play multiple Jamal Murray props in the same lineup. I understand that you can't play more than one player prop for a player in one slip. I've never said to do that. I've never encouraged anybody to do that. When you see me provide you with more than one player prop for a specific player, it is simply to provide you options so that you can create multiple slips. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm fully aware of how the rules work on Prizepicks. I really hope that clears things up for future videos. All right, so here's what I like for game 2. We're going to go over 3 of these props. If you're ready to roll, then strap up, because here we go. Let's start off with Nikola Jokic, 12.5 rebounds. I like the over on this one. Let's head over to props.cash and we'll break it down together. All right, here we are over on props.cash. Looking at Nikola Jokic's rebounds during the playoffs, or actually over his last 10 playoff games, we can see he's gone over this line 60% of the time. If you want to take a look at what that looks like for the entire playoffs, 56% of the time he's gone over this line. So I really do like targeting his rebound prop after he has a down game. So funny to think that 10 rebounds is a down game, but for Nikola Jokic, who's capable of grabbing 20 plus rebounds anytime he steps on the floor, 10 rebounds is a bit of a down game. So something that I noticed during the playoffs is more times than not, when Jokic has a down rebound game, he does bounce back. You know, here, bounces back here, bounces back here, bounces back here. And so in all those instances, aside from this little stretch where he just didn't have it going against the double big front court in Minnesota, he bounces back with an average of 17 rebounds in those games. So not saying he's going to grab us 17 rebounds. In fact, we don't even need him to grab us 17 rebounds. We just need 13. I think 13 is possible. I mean, there are games where we've seen him grab 13 rebounds in the first half. I think he's too big. I think he's too strong for the Miami front court. Miami does not present double bigs. And can you imagine the lineup that they would have to roll out there that would provide a double big front court with Zeller and Bam? That would be a terrible, terrible day for the Miami Heat. So I think we're at a point in the playoffs where the deep dive, the breakdowns into these player stats is not 100% necessary. We know who we want to target. We got the two, best teams in the NBA battling it out. They're the two best teams because they're the two teams that are left and they beat everybody else. So I think it's just time to focus on, these superstars. We know what they can do and keep it very simple. So for prop number 1, we're going over 12.5 rebounds for Nikola Jokic. All right, prop number 2, we're going right back to Michael Porter Jr. Rebounds and assists now. With the bump, I still like it because I've mentioned it before. They have to get this over 10, 10.5, 11.5 in order for me to hesitate or have a doubt whether I want to play this prop or not. But we got it again. Under 10, I like the over. 9.5 rebounds and assists for Michael Porter Jr. We will head on over to props.cash and together we'll break it down. All right, during the playoffs, Michael Porter Jr. has had a hell of a run going over this line 69% of the time. 5 consecutive games in going over this line. Even when he has, like a slow game or not the best of games, his rebounds have been there. The size difference is huge between Denver and Miami. Michael Porter Jr. is a really good rebounder, and I think it's kind of it's come to the surface a little bit during the playoffs. One thing I really like about him is when Jokic is off the floor, he becomes the primary rebounder. He snags everything in the paint. He's always around the glass on missed shots. I mean, there's just too much to like and to not go back to this. Again, we would need to see this line at 10.5, 11.5 before I would consider taking the under on it or consider staying away from it altogether. So I've liked this prop in the past. I've played it against the LA Lakers. I played it in game 1 of the finals. We're going right back to game 2. Michael Porter Jr. is just too active on the glass. And in terms of assists, really not going to give you a ton of assists. I think the most we can fairly expect from him is 2. But, I mean, he does have that upside of 4 to 6 assists, which would only help the cause. So give me the over. Michael Porter Jr., 9.5 rebounds and assists for prop number 2. All right, and for player prop number 3, we're going to go to a first half fantasy score. I like the over 11.5 fantasy score for Gabe Vincent. Let's head on over to props.cash and break this one down together. All right, man, I really hate doing this. I really hate playing this whole musical chair thing where we're like just switching between the role players and like, oh, this person's the new flavor of the week. But I mean, honestly, that's what we have to do. We got to stay quick. We got to be able to pivot to the next man up. It does kind of look like, Caleb Martin was, like the golden child there for a while, but either his run is coming to an end or slowing down, and I'm not sure what to make of that. His props are not even on the Prizepicks board right now. So looking back to Gabe Vincent, who was somebody we would go to regularly in the first couple of rounds of the playoffs, and he's back from his injury. Looking at his fantasy score for the first half, that's my favorite prop on the on the board in terms of his first half props. I like the flat number. I like the push potential, but I think he can get us over this. Let's take a look at the last 10 games for Gabe Vincent in terms of his points. We can see that he has gone over. He has basically averaged double digits in the last 5 games in terms of points. That's a huge part of the fantasy production. And then with his rebounds, not going to give you a ton of rebounds as a guard. Assists is where he'll make up the difference there. So over his last 5 games, averaging 2 assists. He got 3 in game 1. Has that upside to get you 4, maybe 5 assists in the first half, but his fantasy score of 11 is just too low. I guess we could take a look at his steals and blocks in the first half. Not really known for that, but in the event he is able to swipe 1, that's an additional 3 points. So let's break this down and say that Gabe Vincent goes out and gets us 8 first half points, and then he finishes with 3 assists in the first half, or 9 first half points and 2 assists, gets us over that 11 fantasy score. Again, we can't rule out the possibility of a rebound. It's just something that he doesn't do on a consistent basis. And again, the steals and blocks, you know, that's just going to be the bonus. But really looking for him to continue his hot streak, his hot shooting ways in the first half at least. So looking at these 10, 11, 11, 8, and 8, I think he can grab us 10 points in the first half, especially with guys like guys like Max Strus struggling. I'm not really worried about Max Strus positively regressing to his scoring, his usual scoring output. I mean, it's been pretty minimal over the last 5 games, and even when he was playing up to par, Vincent was still able to hit his lines in those games. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not really worried about Duncan Robinson. We'll see how this whole rotation plays out with Tyler Hero possibly back in. I'm not sure he'll be in the starting lineup, but if he's going to play in game 2, it should cut into a few of these guys' minutes. But for now, as of now, I like the over 11 fantasy score, first half fantasy score for Gabe Vincent to round out our 3 plays for game 2 of the NBA Finals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. We got our 3 plays on the board. Gabe Vincent over first half fantasy, Michael Porter Jr. over 9.5 rebounds and assists, and Nikola Jokic over 12.5 rebounds. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you like on the board, as well as your thoughts on these plays. Best of luck to you all should you tail any of these plays, and as always, thank you so much for all your support and helping this channel get a bit bigger every single day. Until our next NBA player prop video for game 3 of the NBA Finals, Chavez is